I am fed up, just fed up of everything, whether he's tired or not. I'm just sick of it, sick of it all, sick of talking about it, sick of hearing about it, sick of the unknowns. It just needs to be resolved, and it needs to be done quickly. This video is being brought to you with thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to not only browse the internet entirely anonymously, but also very securely. Surfshark will secure your data with industry-leading measures using uncrackable encryption and the most secure VPN protocols. One subscription with Surfshark will work across all of your devices. I use it for unlocking things like American Netflix. We also use it if we want to watch our Canadian DAZN account and a couple of other bits and pieces. The good news is you can get 83% off. That's right, I did say 83% off, and an additional 3 months free using the Anfield Agenda link in the description. They've also got a really credible and unique 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like Surfshark, it doesn't meet your needs, which I'm going to be honest with you, it will and you won't. But if you do, if you want to change, Surfshark give you 30 days to change your mind. Why not give Surfshark a try? You'll be supporting us here at Anfield Agenda, and you'll be treating yourself to the best VPN provider out there, bar none. Craig, I love Anfield Agenda, but tonight your rating of Salah was so wrong. He played limited minutes, work rate was never a 5, and that's the score I gave him, was a 5, because I can only judge him off what I've seen in that 15 minutes. And what I've seen in that 15 minutes was 2 goal-scoring opportunities that didn't even work the goalkeeper. A player who didn't... And I appreciate it's difficult to get up to the speed of a game when you come on like that late, but I stand over my 5. I appreciate your feedback, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned for a whole host of reasons about Mohamed Salah. So you can either go with this, Paddy, and speak about tonight's performance if you want to go wider ranging, but your take on the Salah situation right now.
I feel like a 5 is fucking generous. That's what I think. And we're not rating work rate. I appreciate Chris's comment, but we're not rating work rate. Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. You don't get extra points for running a little bit hard. Ultimately, he's failing in front of goal. He looks untidy. It's not working right now. It's really, really. I don't know how anyone can disagree and say otherwise. Like if I must have been watching a different cameo, but I thought it was awful. I feel like we're wasting.
The chat
I think giving him the ball on the right, sometimes it's like, well, we're not going to score on this attack. He just fumbles it. Basically, Luis Diaz is the man I want to be passing to. If Luis Diaz and Sadio are, Salah is like the third player I'd pass to if I was a midfielder and there was 3 players. Like I don't trust him at the moment. He's not playing well.
I sort of get that sentiment. He's not playing well at all. But again, I think you have to clarify that still doesn't mean he's not a world-class footballer. He's just not in a good run of form whatsoever at the moment.
Exactly. And right now, he's not playing well, but he's still in there somewhere. You'd have to hope.
Cheers, Nick. Right, look, I mean, on Salah, again, I don't want to use Paddy's exact terminology from the other night, but...
Not the contract again. Not the contract again. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I want to bring up, Paddy. It's more what the situation is evolving into. I was in Discord earlier on with the Anfield Agenda community, and there was a split on whether the contract renewal negotiations should hang off till the end of the season, or it should take place now or continue to take place. Firstly, I want to get your opinions on that side of this, because I'll give you my take. My take is it's a huge risk for the club if they leave it till the summer. If it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, we have limited time to sell, replace, and plan. And that's my biggest concern with the situation of Salah. And I want to move on to Mane's contract in a while as well. But that's where I am now with Salah. I am fed up of it. Just fed up of everything, whether he's tired or not. I'm just sick of it. Sick of it all. Sick of talking about it. Sick of hearing about it. Sick of the unknowns. It just needs to be resolved, and it needs to be done quickly. We've got shit to do, you know. We've got shit to win.
I think tonight, you strip away the external factors, however much they may affect, and just look at the footballing performance. He's a man who's lacking confidence in front of goal, and maybe those external factors have played a part in it. Maybe the AFCON final, the World Cup exit have played a part in it, but. Look, I just think it's a poor vein of form with Mo, and I understand the frustrations with the contract situation. I still think he'll get sorted out, but we have to look at it in a pure footballing sense, and he's just not at it at the moment, boys. And that happens with players. Mane wasn't at it 6 months ago.
Thank you,
It's
Adam,
worse
as well.
than not at it though.
Appreciate it. Love the show, Jen. Spot on about poor performance. AFCON has shook him and he's nowhere near his best. And that's look, the thing is, it's totally understandable that he's shook. I get it. And I want to just get this super chat up before we forget about it. Again, you're very kind, mate. Thank you. I love Mo. He's a top class player and he'll come good. But in my opinion, the goal chase and the contract is a massive problem mentally for him because he's thinking about scoring before he gets the ball under control. What I'd say to that, Paddy, is it's a problem all of his own making, the contract situation. It could have been resolved. I'm now shitting myself that Jurgen Klopp's going to be scraping around looking for a resolution if this doesn't work out, because we've seen Haaland be announced today as a City signing. So that's one option for the likes of Real Madrid or whatever off the table if they're looking to go out and do some business. Mbappe could stay at PSG, and I don't want to be a doom monger, but if that's the case, then I would suggest that Mohamed Salah won't be too far away from some other club's thoughts. And he becomes a more attractive proposition with a year left on his deal. And the weight of power in the negotiation is massively on their side. And by there, I mean himself and Rami Abbas now, Paddy. So it's all well and good us all sitting here going, it's great, he'll sign it. But he hasn't fucking signed it yet, has he?
Yeah, well, for the first time, I think it could be possible we see him leave. I really do think it could be possible. And I think what we've seen today from Klopp wasn't a rest. I said he was dropped, and I think he was dropped today. Because Salah usually plays week in, week out, game in, minute out. I think he was dropped, and rightly so. And I genuinely think we could see him leave. Well, I don't want him to leave, of course, but I think those contract negotiations, they should have been done by now, and it's worryingly close to the summer. There'll be no time to fit them in now. People are busy doing other shit with the club, and I just don't see. And then when there's a year left, then it's a different ballgame completely.
Chris, for you, was it a rotation or was it a making of a point from Jurgen Klopp that Salah was on the bench today?
I think he was rested, personally, because he will start on Saturday. There is no question that I think he will start on Saturday in the FA Cup final. So I think it's purely a rest. If he was dropped, then he probably wouldn't be in contention for that game. So I think it was a rest. He's played so many games of football this season. He needs that. He still came on in the dying embers. So look, I think purely it was a rest, rotation.
And on the timing of the contract negotiations, how do you feel about it being put off the end of the season, Chris? We'll come to you first on that. I kind of glossed over it earlier, but I never actually got to ask you guys the timing. What's your take on it?
The ideal would have been it had been done before Christmas, but then I suppose he'd have gotten more money because he was playing unbelievably well. He was the best player in the world at the time. I want it to be done as soon as possible. Like even with the summer and everything we've got coming up, I just think the sooner it gets done, the better for Liverpool, and the sooner it gets put to bed, whether he's staying or leaving. Because the questions, as you guys have alluded to, the question marks around it are only having a negative effect, I think.
And for yourself, Paddy, timing of negotiations?
Yeah, it's poor. It's poor. It's not good at the moment. And ultimately, from the beginning of negotiations to now, his bargaining position has been weakened without question. He's in a weaker position now, and him and his agent are sitting down there now. He's in a weaker position than he was. He should have just got it done when he could, when he was in the form. I don't think he'll ever get to that form again because it was that good, by the way, not because I think he's exceptionally bad at the moment. I just think he'll ever get, it's a worrying one. I do think it's not going to be as cut and dry as we think. On the basis both parties seem so willingly to get it done, but then behind closed doors, they're not. So there's obviously a severe and continuous disagreement, and worrying times for both his form and his contract.
And another aspect to this as well is that, like, it's not just him that needs to get done, and it's not just him that needs to feel needed, wanted, and have a future resolved. We have a few contracts to get sorted out, and that's before the lads plan for who comes in if we need to replace somebody, if somebody moves on. There's more and more stories now, Chris, coming out around Sadio Mane, and rumored interest in him from other clubs. And I've said this for months on the channel. If anybody can feel slighted, I think it should be Sadio Mane, because everything is being geared about Mo. Everything from us as fans, from the club, from the media, and he's gone about his business, and he's improved after his dip in form, and he looks like a new man through the centre. He's led his country to the AFCON. He's led his country to the World Cup. He is no slouch, and yet no contract under his nose yet.
I think all the noise that's been coming out from everything I've heard has been that he's happy to sign at the end of the season. I understand that the rumors about his agency and Serge Gnabry and all that stuff are false. They're not true. So I'm confident with Sadio. I understand why he potentially could be aggrieved because, this Mo contract has been going on and it's been the headline story for the last 6 months. But yeah, I'm very confident Sadio gets done, to be honest. Same with Naby and probably same with Bobby as well.
If I'm the club right now, Paddy, I'm getting Sadio done quickly just to show it can be done. Just to show that these negotiations don't need to drag on that long, and that, of course, he's valued as well. Because I don't want them going anywhere. Who are we going to replace him with? Sadio's brilliant.
I mean, listen. When he was faltering out on the left, I was a bit worried. I won't lie. I was vocal enough about that. But he's a different player through the middle, and he definitely deserves a new deal. And it should be done ASAP. And it should be right up there with the Salah one right now. Maybe before it wasn't, but it should be as important as Mohamed Salah's one. I think a report came out today that there's not really much chance Bobby, Salah and Mane all get done. So I think we could see one of the three not get done, and I think it may be Bobby, unfortunately.
Mark, thank you so much. Said Salah's been poor, still 30 goals and 15 assists. Recency bias, carried the team first half of the season. I think he wants to move. Agents trying to paint the club as evil. Nobody can deny the numbers, mate. I can't argue against it. But I would also say that it's the business end of the season. We don't need distractions. It's a fucking distraction. It's a distraction because apparently Mohamed Salah needs to feel valued in some valuation that exists only in his head, that nobody else seems to know what he wants. So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I just think I just like it resolved one way or the other.
I understand it, and it's a frustration that goes on in embers, but it might be a distraction. But for the last 4 months, Liverpool have still been exceptional. And maybe, running alongside it, Liverpool don't see it as a distraction on field. We might see it like that because it's the thing that's taken up most of our like searches on Liverpool news and stuff. When will this Salah thing get done? All the noise is coming out. But realistically, results-wise, this team has not let us down. So is it a distraction? I don't know.